I'll get in position. Let me just see. Bring my supplies closer. Ouchie, ouchie. Watch a little. Hey guys.
For anybody joining us on Zoom, we are just getting organized here, so just give us a couple of minutes. All right, we're going live now on Facebook. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We are here live with the 12 Days of Christmas litter. So I'm just going to spotlight them because you guys don't want to watch my face. You are here clearly for the puppies. So I will switch it over the cameras on them, and we're here with Joanne, but we'll just give people a few minutes to get kind of tuned in here, and then we'll get going. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments, and we'll try and answer them live. So welcome everyone. I see Michelle and Trish and Lise. Lovely to have you joining us. Hello, Caroline and Bronx. And feel free to tell us in the comments where you're tuning in from, everyone. And Trish, you're very welcome. So these little monkeys are 5.5 weeks old. They'll be 6 weeks on actually a little more than that. They'll be 6 weeks on Thursday. They were born Christmas Day. They got us up late Christmas Eve, and made an appearance, hence their names. So this is the 12 Days of Christmas letter. We'll give people a few minutes to get on before we introduce them all. So welcome, Andrea. And Trish is joining us from Florida. So that's kind of exciting. We don't normally have people joining us from that far away. So if you're joining online and you're just tuning in with us, we're here with the 12 Days of Christmas litter. And feel free to tell us in the comments where you're tuning in from, or post questions to us. And if you're watching on Zoom, because we do have both formats out there, we've got our little, I'm just going to say our little kitty photo bombers here too, which are fantastic. They do not want to be missed out on this. So if you're joining us on Zoom, you can click on the Q&A button and type your questions in there, and we can answer them as well. So we do both formats because not everybody's on Facebook. So either one works. We will get to your questions. So hello, Christy and Melissa. So John, this, oh my goodness, Joanne, this is, I'm reading somebody's name as I'm talking to you. I apologize in advance, everyone. The words are just kind of tumbling out all sorts of ways today. It's been a very, very busy week already. If you're a PAD subscriber, check your email. We just announced our Valentine Puppygrams, which we're really excited about. So that launched this morning. So you'll be able to deliver delicious truffle pig chocolates and a PADS plush to someone you love for Valentine's Day. If you're looking to share a little bit of puppy love, maybe not as quite as adorable as this, but pretty close. And chocolate makes up for all sorts of things. So thank you so much for joining us, everyone. So we're here with Joanne, and Joanne is Dove's breeder caretaker. So Joanne is a volunteer with PADS, and breeder caretakers take on the role of caring for these litters of puppies for their first 8 weeks of life. And so welcome, Joanne.
Hi.
If you want to tell, I think you've probably shared this before, but tell people why or how it came to be that you were a PADS volunteer and how you wound up at PADS or learned about us.
Okay, yeah, so I had, I still do have one of my girls. I had 2 labs, a yellow and a black, and then we lost our yellow, I guess, now. And I just felt this really emptiness, and I knew I always wanted, I do things in pairs, like I have twin boys, I do 2 cats, I've got 2 dogs usually. So I knew I wanted another dog, but at what capacity would that be? So I started looking at rescues, but as I'm sure a lot of you know, that it can be difficult to actually get a rescue dog. And then my husband suggested raising a puppy through PADS. And I went online and read a lot about it. And then realized that I don't think I'm the best trainer out there. I am very slack, my kids can testify. And so I thought, well, what else can I do for them? And then there's this, the breeder caretaker opportunity. And so that really piqued my interest. And of course I adore puppies. And I thought, well, maybe I can get best of both worlds here. Take care of puppies for a while and then, you know, take care of an adult dog that needs a home. And so that's how I got involved.
Awesome. So tell us about this litter. Are they similar or different from Dove's previous litters in terms of personalities? So Dove has had, this is her 3rd litter, yes? Am I counting correctly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're similar. They all kind of blend together. I keep calling them by the other names, the other puppy litter names by accident. Actually the very first litter, she had 8 pups and 2 were yellow and the rest were black. And now she's had 10 pups and 2 are yellow and the others are black. Her middle litter was really sweet. It was 4 yellow and 4 black puppies. So that was really cute. But personality wise, you get all kinds. The spunky ones, the mellow ones, you know, the little bit scaredy cat ones. It's sweet, but they all change. They all kind of change and switch personalities as they grow. So it's sweet to watch.
That's awesome. Is that Miss Goldie in the front, or is that
French?
Oh, in French. Handsome little boy. Sorry, buddy. I mistook you for your sister. I had a 50-50 chance of getting that one right. So why don't we introduce these puppies, at least the ones that are like within reach there. So we've just met French, who's the one yellow boy, and there's a yellow girl, Goldie.
Goldie.
She does look very different. She's littler. She's near and dear. I mentioned to Joanne when we got on the call that my childhood dog's name was Goldie. So I love that. Okay, who else do we have?
Guy here is Goose.
Mr. Goose is very popular amongst our followers. I think that was probably people's favorite name out of the whole bunch. Mr. Goose.
Mr. Goose. And this little girl sleeping here is Swan. I don't know if you can see her. That's Swan.
Lovely.
And they've all run away. Hi. So here we have Drummer.
Hello, drummer. All these black puppies. They're so hard to see. There we go. Thank you for turning your face into the light, drummer. That was nice of you.
This is Pear.
Oh, cutie patootie.
And oh, this is Piper. She's the most spunky one out of the bunch.
She's so little.
I know.
She's our second Piper, actually. Isn't she Piper 2?
Piper 3.
Yeah. So I remember a Piper from our Scottish litter.
And Lady 3 as well, right?
Lady 3, yeah.
Lady 3.
I don't know if Susie's Cindy and Susie are watching, but they raised the first or the second lady. So. Yeah.
And then I've got 2 sleepers. I've got Birdie, who's sleeping. You probably can't see her. She's just off camera. And I've got Turtle in the pen. He actually likes his pen. So he's sleeping in the back there. Again,
in the back panel.
Who have I missed? Have I missed anyone? Drummer?
I'm like, it wasn't 12, but it was, I think you hit 10. I'm trying to think.
I think so.
Somebody will tell us if we forgot anyone.
Yeah.
So I'm going to scroll back because there's been a lot of comments. I'm just going to kind of go through. So Puma and Kibber say hello. Yeah. And so Dove's puppy raiser is watching. Allison. So thanks for joining us, Miss. And welcome, Janet. And Lindsay, who was recently matched with a Rocco from Dove's Wood Litter, is also watching with us. So that's exciting. So these are Rocco's little half siblings. And I'm just looking to see if we have questions. So, my goodness, so many comments. Thank you, everybody. This is super cool. Do you have raisers for all these puppies? We're really excited. So we're sending out an email today to a large group of volunteers that have been patiently waiting. We are overjoyed that we finally have our online onboarding program developed. So we have a bunch of online courses for volunteers to go through. And so some of those folks will become puppy raisers for some of these puppies, I imagine, and as well as other litters that are coming down the pike over the next several weeks and months. So, we had a large kind of flood of puppies through kind of November, December that are all, as you've seen over the past couple of weeks with our posts, been going out to raisers. So we've had a couple litters go out, the Creeks litter. And then this week we had, now I'm just totally blanking which puppies went out this week. The Seasons litter went out last Friday. And then coming up shortly, we will have the Move litter and who was coming after that? The Sierra puppies. I'm trying to think what Sierra's litter theme was. The Nut litter will be going out the week after that. So we're busy with puppies right now, which seems like a lot of puppies all at once. But as some of you may remember, early in 2020, when COVID hit, we shut down our breeding program, which meant we missed all of our spring heats. And so we didn't breed any puppies when we normally would have in the springtime. So we're trying to make up for some of that lost ground so that we don't kind of have long-term effects to our ability to place service dogs, because COVID is this year, but the puppies that are produced during COVID year serve our clients, oh my goodness, stop. The cuteness is overwhelming. Nobody wants to listen to Tara. Just everybody pause in awe at the adorable puppy. So yeah, so the puppies that we produce in 2020 will impact our graduation class of 2022 and 2023. And so we really want to make sure that we've got kind of enough kind of puppy supply to make that happen. Oh my goodness, these guys are so cute. It is a little bit over the top. Jessica, I don't understand how you still don't have a puppy. Jessica says, I like puppies. We know this. So Jessica raised Patch from our hippie litter. And she is maybe our biggest puppy fan. And I'm pretty sure we need to get her one soon. Meredith and Henrik are getting one of their nut litter puppy, or one of the nut litter puppies. So that's super exciting. And yeah, Cindy was Dove's puppy starters when she was just a wee little pup. So before she went to Calgary. And so Yeah, it's lovely to see all the connections that are on this stream today. So thank you. So I know that some of you, a lot of folks have come online in the last few minutes here. So we're here with the 12 Days of Christmas litter. They've had their lunch and they've been playing, but they're starting to look a little sleepy. I love these close-ups. Thank you, Joanne. So if anybody has any questions for myself or Joanne, feel free to post them in the comments and we'll try and answer them for you. And in the meantime, oh, apparently Caber and Puma ran when Joanne said puppy, puppy. So they ran to the computer. Oh, and Trish has Sophia from Rain and Max litter. So that's very exciting that she's going in for breeder eval. So some of our dogs go to other schools. So Sophia went, I'm trying to remember what Sophia's original name was when she was at PADS, but she, I think she was from the Lakes litter. I could be wrong, but anyway, went to Southeastern Guide Dogs. So, so Trish, maybe if you remember, you can tell me because I'm blanking right now. But it's lovely to see all these people watching from all over. And we'd love to come back and kind of see some of the, like, you know, how far has this video gone? So tell us, you know, where you're tuning in from. It's always interesting to us to kind of see that. So, and if anybody has any questions, they can ask. I know there was a question that came on after I went off air last week about hearing dogs and how we select for them. So in the past, we used to, look at these guys chewing their zap straps. In the past, we used smaller breed dogs, and kind of the industry trend is moving towards using labs and goldens as well. So for hearing dogs. And so any one of these guys potentially could be a hearing dog. Typically are smaller, more alert, kind of vigilant kind of dogs that have some really nice persistence go into our hearing dog program. So and so what that means is that they would be trained to alert for sounds like the smoke alarm or a doorbell or somebody calling your name, and the dogs would just nudge with their nose to say, hey, there's a sound, and then lead somebody who's deaf, hard of hearing to the source of that sound. So so Jessica's asking, do Dove and Robbie have any unique traits that you're seeing in these puppies? I can't really speak to that one, but what about you, Joanne? Do you see any of kind of Dove's traits in these puppies?
No. Dove, I'm sure Allison can vouch for this, but Dove is a pretty special dog. She's quite lovely. Not that these guys aren't, but she seems a little bit special. These guys to me feel like regular dogs right now.
Well, and it's interesting as they grow and learn and kind of shape their own, you know, their own personalities get shaped as they go along, along the path. So, you know, and certainly too, as they bond with their people. I know for me, I talked about this recently with somebody, was that Cadence, that is now with me as a service dog, has lived with me for 5.5 years. And I've had a lot of dogs come through my house over the years. And I actually, when people would talk about heart dogs, I would throw up in my mouth a little. I hated that term. I thought it was awful. And I didn't understand it clearly. And then a dog came along that changed that for me. And the interesting thing is that dog was not Cadence. I know a lot of people just assume that, you know, it's just automatic that this dog is the love of my life. And I love her profoundly. But what's interesting is, I think because I always knew that Cadence was going to leave, I just kind of kept a little bit of distance with her. And it's only really over the last, you know, few months and that I really started to just form this like crazy bond, which seems really weird to me that, you know, now after all this time that I'm, you know, have feelings about a dog that I didn't have before. So it's quite fascinating how we bond with our dogs and how it is different over time. So, and there are some dogs that come in and literally the second you meet them, it's like there's something very different that just clicks. I think it's like people, like, you know, we meet some people and, you know, we can love them to the ends of the earth and they'd be our dearest friends, but we don't necessarily marry every single person that we love. So I think dogs are kind of the same, and these guys are just starting out. So it'll be very cool to see how they develop. So, oh, interesting. Liz commented, you raised Khaleesi, a breeder from Pad's pup several, oh yeah, so one of the Khaleesi puppies. That makes more sense to me now. Like, Khaleesi was raised here. Thank you for joining us, Liz. That's really exciting. Khaleesi is still part of our village, so she is with her person. And Allison also adopted Teak, Dove's baby Teak from her first litter that she raised. So hopefully one of these guys are coming your way, Allison. Is that what's happening? So Cindy says that Robbie is a really chill and intelligent dog. So yeah, and Dove is a very, very special girl. I can vouch for that too. She is, I've spent a bit of time with her over the last little while, especially like during whelp and stuff. And she's just such a sweetheart. She's, you know, they're all very special, but sometimes there are dogs that just kind of very, very sweet. And Teak was the same. So very similar personality traits, I think. I don't know, Allison, you can probably speak to that better than I can. So I see a lot of similarities in the two of them. So, oh yes, she says yes. So her mother's daughter. So we'll give you guys a few more minutes here. If you have any questions, we're happy to answer them. And it's going to be really cool to see how these little personalities develop and grow over time. And I can't remember, Joanne, but do you know how many of these pups are going to other schools?
I think 5 are going out. So I don't know how many to Edmonton, a few to Edmonton and a few to Calgary. And I 5 are.
Very cool. Okay, so some to Calgary. Edmonton would be our friends at Dogs with Wings, which is another sister school up there. I think we've got a few of their folks. I think I saw Teresa tuned in. So some of these pups are headed up their way, it sounds like. So you get in a sneak peek today. And Sandra says that she had Robbie his first weekend that he was in Canada as a baby. He was so chill and very sweet. Love watching him grow up. He has grown into a very, very lovely boy. So sorry, Cadence is making all sorts of noise in the background here. Yeah, and 3 are coming. 3 of Dove's puppies are going to Calgary is what Allison thinks. So I cannot verify any of this. I should look all this stuff up before I jump on the call, but things are always subject to change. So I try not to get myself in trouble by making any promises. So and yeah, I believe Robbie is from California. Cindy, I think you're correct there. He came in, he was part of the Mr. Blake crew that all came in. There were 8 puppies that arrived at exactly the same time. They all kind of flew in over the course of like 2 days or something like that. So, and Robbie's from Guide Dogs for the Blind. GDB, which I believe is in California. And I apologize in advance if I got that wrong, because there are a lot of, there's GDB and GDF and GDA, and I sometimes have a hard time keeping track of what's where. So, but I believe yes. So, Jessica's picked out 3 that she wants. So you can only have 1, Jessica. Oh my goodness, little French here. Could he be cuter? Anyway. All right. Well, if there are no more questions, we will sign off. But just a reminder, if you weren't on at the beginning of today, we just launched our Valentine's fundraiser, our Pads Puppygram. So if you're on our email list, you would have just gotten an email about it, or you can go to pads.ca/puppygram. We've switched to a new format, and I apologize. I know some of you that are watching right now jumped over from Zoom to Facebook. There was something going on with the link, and I'm really sorry about that. It's our first week with kind of this new format for just kind of sending out notifications about who our guest is going to be. And so we are, I guess, we're still working out the kinks there. I know not everybody is on Facebook. And it's nice to get the notification about what's coming up. So if you like to get notified about who our guests are going to be coming up, you can go to pads.ca/tune in Tuesday. There's a sign up form there now that will allow you to just get a weekly notification on Friday about who our guest is on Tuesday, if there is going to be a guest, which we try to do each week. So, oh my goodness, those faces, I can't even take it. So, and yeah. Sorry, I must have missed a question. Sorry, Shelley. Yeah, 8 weeks old typically is when they go out. So, and thank you all so much for joining us. And we will see you next week. I believe, I'm not sure who our guest is next week. You can go sign up on Tune In Tuesday page and we'll send you a notification. And I apologize because I should have all this stuff kind of at the tip of my tongue. But as I said, it's been a crazy, crazy week. So puppies make everything better. So thanks so much for joining us. And if you've just signed on, because I noticed a bunch of people just jumped on in the last couple of minutes, give it, a minute or two, and this recording will be published, and then you can watch the replay. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. And we will see you next week. Thank you, Joanne.
You're welcome. Bye.